Hello and welcome back everybody. Now in last week's video I naively proclaimed Taiwan to be among one of the safest countries in the world, and then literally within days of publishing the video a huge earthquake came, struck off the coast of Hualien and rocked the entire island during the night of February 6th. At the time of recording, 15 people have lost their lives, 280 have been injured, and many buildings have been destroyed. But it is worth noting that that casualty number would certainly have been much higher if it hadn't been for the lightning-fast response of the emergency services putting the government's emergency earthquake action plan into place. Lots of amazing people worked hard and are still working hard to help those affected. So I hope it goes without saying that the video last week was focusing more on the safety that we get from the lack of crime and criminals here, rather than the imminent threat of natural disasters such as earthquakes. But yes, I probably should have mentioned something about the frequency of earthquakes that regularly put everyone on the island in imminent danger. Thank you, bye-bye. Okay, so with that being said, I have decided that today's video will focus on these earthquakes, and I have the perfect location in which to discuss it with you. Let's go. The 921 Earthquake Museum of Taiwan. Yes, we have made our way out of the city center. We've come to the Ufeng district of Taichung to take a look around this museum. Now, this museum was set up in the wake of one of the biggest earthquakes to ever hit Taiwan, known as Zhou or 921, because of the date it happened, which was September the 21st, 1999. Now, I'll go into more specifics and details about that particular earthquake a little later as we get into the museum. And hopefully we can also learn some of the historic, cultural aspects of earthquakes and how they've affected the people of Taiwan over the years. First, let's go get a ticket, then we can get inside and start learning. Okay, so we are inside the museum now, and almost immediately one of the first exhibits you are confronted with when you come in is this absolutely shocking scene of a running track that has been completely ripped apart, and this happened during the 921 earthquake. This running track leads us to the first thing that we can learn about this museum, and why is it located here in Ufeng district? Well, it is actually located on the site of the former Guangfu Junior High School, which, as we will see later as we go around the museum, was absolutely destroyed during the earthquake. And the government decided to preserve the remains of the school, including this running track, to serve as a memorial to those who lost their lives, as well as to educate the population about earthquakes and hopefully prevent such disasters claiming so many lives in the future. So, talking about lives lost, this particular earthquake, 921, claimed 2,415 lives, an absolutely staggering number. So some people might say that last week's 6.4 earthquake in Hualien, claiming only 15 lives, might be considered a blessing. But either way, earthquakes are definitely something to be wary of here in Taiwan. For those of you outside of Taiwan who maybe had no idea about the frequency of earthquakes here, you may be asking, why Taiwan? Why so many earthquakes? Well, remember geography class in school where the teacher would talk about tectonic plates and how their movement are responsible for earthquakes? Well, Taiwan sits absolutely dead center on the boundary between two of these plates which form part of the Pacific Ring of Fire. So unfortunately and unavoidably, Taiwan is actually hit with over 18,000 seismic events each year, 1,000 of which are actually felt earthquakes. The whole island is basically moving about 7 or 8 centimeters closer to China every year. Please keep the political comments out of the comment section. I'm talking literally moving closer to China. We can actually walk through the classrooms of the school and see how much they were damaged in the earthquake. Now, as I mentioned earlier, as well as preserving history, this museum also serves to educate and inform the residents of Taiwan about earthquake preparedness and also about the awesome engineering that goes on in Taiwan to keep us safe during these big earthquakes. A great example is right behind me, and this is called a tuned mass damper. Now, my engineering knowledge is nowhere near good enough to explain it fully, but basically it's a big, huge, metal-heavy ball that they put at the top of skyscrapers, and it counteracts the sideways forces of an earthquake and basically prevents huge skyscrapers falling down during earthquakes. I've been to this museum many times before with the kids on field trips, and it's clear to see that Taiwan is very keen to educate the younger generation about earthquakes and really prevent any major disaster having such a disastrous effect in the future. So I was walking around the museum and I met an awesome volunteer. What's your name?
Jesse Wang.
Jesse Wang. And I thought it's a good opportunity to ask you about 921.
Oh, yeah, it's almost 20 years ago.
And where were you when it happened?
I'm in home.
I'm in Taichung.
Taichung, yeah.
How did you feel?
I feel very terrible. I remember in Taichung is 最大. We all were being sleeping in that time. Okay.
Yeah.
We feel that in a week.
Okay. And did you stay inside or did you go outside?
Just inside. Yeah. Okay. But after the earthquake, a couple of minutes later, we go outside.
If I tell the people at home, if an earthquake comes, what should they do? What is your advice?
First of all, that you should always keep calm. Keep your mind, stay calm,
yeah.
And close the gates and open the door. So very important. And just wait for earthquake
To pass. Okay. Good advice.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks for talking. Just 2 minutes talking.
Just 2 minutes is very short.
That's really good.
Okay.
Maybe you can say bye-bye to everybody.
Oh, bye-bye.
Thanks so much. Okay.
Okay.
Really
Bye-bye.
nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Thanks so
me
much.
too. Thank you.
You will be famous.
Oh.
So, thanks to Mr. Wang, Jesse Wang, such a nice, friendly guy, and perfect English. Wow. Okay, so as you can see behind me, this is part of the school that was completely destroyed in the earthquake. Now, 921 earthquake came at 1:47 in the morning, which obviously meant that everybody was at home sleeping. I just can't imagine what would have happened to the students in this school had it come during the day. And to go back to last week's video, where I mentioned how safe Taiwan was, yes, there are not many criminals and I don't see much crime here, but this is absolutely terrifying. this topic has probably been a little bit scary and not an incredible amount of fun, but earthquakes are a daily concern for locals and foreigners here alike. So I felt after the recent events in Hualien and last week's video saying how safe I felt, that it was necessary to add a little bit of balance. And if you're thinking of coming to Taiwan and think that this video is going to scare you away, don't be scared. As we could see from inside, the engineers here are doing so much work to prevent big disasters like this happening in future. Before I go, I would like to invite you to share your earthquake stories in the comments below. Maybe you were in Taiwan for 921. Maybe you can share some positive stories in the comment section about how people helped each other. I've heard lots over my 10 years about it and how people helped each other out. I would love for you to share your comments with the world. One more thing I would like to add is that yes, I've monetized this video, and any money that this video makes, I will be donating to the charities that are helping out with earthquake relief in Taiwan. I'm putting the address for donations in the description below, so if you are watching this from abroad and you want to know how you can help, then click on the link in the description below. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this relatively somber yet informative video. As for now, thanks for watching, goodbye, and I'll see you next time in my life in Taiwan.